Hello and welcome back to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries commentary over Devious Dungeon, and in this episode we'll be continuing our diving into the relatively short and simple game that is Devious Dungeon as we slay the Goblin Berzerkers. Now, as the game goes on, the small copper coins that we are seeing will eventually upgrade into silver and then gold coins, and I think finally platinum coins. Fuck wizards! Wizards have the 5-way spread shot. It is actually stupidly easy to counter and just be underneath them, but if they're below you, it can be a hassle.
Tongue hanging out dog man swings axe way too low.
Honestly, Beastmen are an interesting case of enemy design because although they have a very slow swing, it hurts like a bitch if you get hit with it. And yeah, for that reason, they effectively replace the Goblin Warriors as the dungeon goes on. Hidden room.
Hidden wall. This time you would have had to really scrounge to observe that there was something deep over there.
It pays to investigate all of the far left and right walls in this game, simply because there can be hidden rooms behind them. No, they're Cacto Demon.
Anywhere. Those remind me of the Doom Demons.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm calling them Cacto Demons. They're technically beholders, but yeah, they're they function a lot more like, well, actually, if I recall correctly, in Doom 1 and 2, Cacto Demons didn't actually have a projectile attack. It's not until like Doom 3/2016 that they actually got the projectile attack.
Level up.
Yay.
Yeah, that they are basically flying bulbous eyeballs and faces that spit fire at you, yeah. And sometimes they have hands.
Thankfully, the Cacto Demons do not ever have hands. You're thinking of the Pain Elementals. The Pain Elementals have arms and hands, but I don't actually remember if Pain Elementals are even in Doom 2.
Hidden wall.
Whoop.
Yeah. I see you.
Yes,
Zap.
beholder. That is why I have slain you. You are not allowed to have seen me.
You know, the only thing that this sword-swinging barbarian adventure really needs is a parry-riposte system for animations that are so well forecasted into attacks.
Honestly, parry-riposte would be a really interesting thing to put into this game. I just don't think it would actually work all that well because the goblin soldiers and beastmen effectively have instant attack speeds, just that they're very heavily telegraphed.
Well, I guess that's the difference between games that give you lots of health with respect to how much enemies hit you for, and games that don't give you a lot of health with respect to how much enemies hit you for. Level 10. That when you have less health, then yeah, you totally would take advantage of opportunities to not get hit if you could. And that's what parry-riposte does. It makes it so that you don't get hit.
Unless, of course, you get hit by touch damage. Ugh.
Yeah, well, Crash Bandicoot had lots of lives. Devious Dungeon Diver wears helmet and has 44 health points.
I think we actually cap at 47 right now.
I like the derp faces. There are a lot of derp faces in this game.
Yep.
Cuts head off, puppy man.
Nah, Beastmen.
All right. Well, now these hazard arrows on the floor are just getting silly.
Only somewhat silly.
I would not have wanted to be the contractor to put those in.
Well, yeah, but you know that's why you weren't the contractor to put those in. So there. Hello, wizard.
Stupid. See, that wizard was from below. They're trying to teach you to watch out. I mean, so far, like, on the subject of teaching, like, this game has been doing a great job of, like, teaching you the stuff to expect. The patterns and the idiosyncrasies, if you will.
Yeah, but now it's just starting to throw wolves at you, and sadly, wolves wolves and well, rather wolves specifically, and wolf riders, because yes, we'll get to wolf riders later, are honestly the hardest enemies in the game for me to deal with. I'm dealing with them relatively okay right now, but when we get to hellhounds specifically, then I will start trying to avoid them as much as I can, which is detrimental because they're actually worth a fair amount of experience when you start encountering them.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Alright. So it's doing the wolf cloud today.
I mean, not much totally new. I mean, just on the, in the meanwhile at Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, though, this episode is probably going to take place, like, probably good, decently long time after the fact. I am still in the process of getting my Bloodborne PvP files together in order to make character episodes. And my god, do I have a lot of data I have to copy in order to make that happen.
Right.
Well, I'd say if there's one thing I've learned, like if I could go back in time and tell myself, like, give myself some advice on how to do this, I would have said that if it's your intention to extract only tiny bits of data from a very large data batch, you should probably consider that those data batches should also be very small in themselves and not be so large that it takes an egregious amount of time just to copy them.
Right.
That's about all I can say, but sometimes you can't learn these things unless you try.
Instead of leaving, we're continuing to clear out the dungeon so that we can get all of the loot.
Yes, of course.
That is definitely something I recommend. I actually recommend clearing out the entirety of the dungeon before advancing to the next floor, specifically for cash and experience.
Oh yeah, dude, and hidden stuff. You just got a holy grail. Nice.
There's still more wizards and goblins to being slayed.
Just because you got all 5 flickies in Sonic 3D Blast does not mean that you should skip all the continue icons that are spinning around in circles.
Alright, moving on to level 12. As this is a roguelike, the dungeon layouts are randomized.
Yes, and that is Devious Dungeon's most impressive aspect I have found, is that no matter how many times you play it, that the dungeons will provide, in totality, a brand new experience, even though you've mostly just been swinging an object that is usually a sword for the entire game.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. I could get down on a game like this, because it's easy. I like games that are easy, because I like winning.
Yeah, me too. It's why Kirby is one of my favorite franchises.
Oh yeah, Kirby is easy as hell, but Kirby is also fluffy, adorable, and he turns into wonderful objects. Really, it's like, it's not the object themselves, it's Kirby's idea of what the object is.
So Kirby actually has a greater consciousness than because he just outright steals Link from Link to the Past.
I mean, Kirby definitely has, like, he has an imagination and he has an ego. Oh yeah, he loves food, and then he becomes food.
Well, rather he becomes Cook, who then makes a bunch of food out of enemies.
The Stone Hammer.
I personally don't like the Stone Hammer with its speed of 2. It's slower attack speed. You wouldn't think would actually be that big of an issue, but it is. You don't need to worry about you don't need to worry specifically about the gear that you're getting into. Ooh, here is the Orc
boss
Chief.
time.
This is our first boss.
Whoa, he attacks 3 times in a row. Watch out. All right, now jump. Yep. I thought that might be the thing to do. Okay, now jump again. Yep. Jump around him and then get on his ass. Hell yeah.
But he still has a very large hitbox when it comes to touch damage.
It's okay. He's almost like he's not quite almost dead. He only has 2 attacks. He has throw spear and triple strike and triple sword descending cut. And jump. And it looks like your jump can actually help you escape the blade. Attack him 4 times, jump over him.
I usually go for go 3 actually. At least for in prep for sword swing.
Baby kill boss. Yeah, baby kill boss. Yeah.
Bunch of loot.
I am the Orc Slayer.
Or at least the Orc Chief Slayer.
That means that you are now the Orc Chief. Fear me.
Whoosh.
Don't you want to hear about Jesus?
Not really. I mean, Jesus isn't going to help us slay the dragon, so...
Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place.
I do wish that an upgrade that we could get would be to decrease the HP of the breakables in the dungeon, but that is not a thing that we'll ever get, sadly.
So, even if we got strength upgrades, it still takes the same number of swings to break stuff?
Yep.
Interesting.
And they don't have HP, they have durability. It's a different stat.
But they're also not... Yeah, that enemy health bars should be more, oh, that guy's dangerous.
Oh yeah.
This guy's very dangerous.
The Executioner is one of my one of the enemies that I have the hardest time dealing with, because once he goes into whirlwind, he is a bit difficult to approach. Although once he leaves whirlwind, he's actually stunned for a brief period, giving you time to open up on him.
So I was discussing the difference between an object and an enemy. An object does not respond to how much attack power you have, but enemies do.
Hello, wizard. Ouch.
Although, I wonder if there was ever a game that had it so, oh, at the beginning of the game you can't break stuff because you're not strong enough, but then as you get more powerful and you approach the end of the game, you could finally destroy the environments.
A Legend of Zelda technically has that with the upgraded power bracelets.
I guess I could see that. But now if I got to pick up a house. Hell yeah.
I mean, Link definitely has the ability to do that in Ocarina of Time. He lifts up
he does.
He lifts up a granite pillar and throws it away in order to get what is it? Is it light arrows there? No, it's not light arrows, because it's not light arrows.
It's basically blue mail. Yeah, he gets blue mail.
Okay.
I mean, it's not quite blue mail, because Ocarina of Time blue mail is the Zora's tunic that lets you breathe underwater, where the blue mail in A Link to the Past cut in half the damage that you took.
Right. Kirby Fighters 2 is out today. It is a Smash Brothers game that features Kirby and his other members of his cast as playable fighters. Here is the Goblin Cannon. The Goblin Cannon is actually relatively easy to work around. It fires 3 times, and then you can jump around it in order to smack it.
All I'm gonna say is that Kirby Fighter will let you choose one of the Kirby characters to play as, but I guarantee you that a lot of the times that players will just be Kirby.
Yeah, because Yo-Yo is a playable fighter, and that is all I would ever pick for Kirby Fighters.
Do-rag Kirby.
No, it's a reverse baseball cap.
Well, you said Yo-Yo Kirby. It made me think of do-rag Kirby.
I'm trying to think. A do-rag. I mean, we have artist Kirby now, but that's not really a do-rag either. That's the stereotypical French artist hat.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Okay, so man on the left is Caravan, and man on the right is
Cleric.
Is his cleric. Right, because of course he has a cleric.
And in the next episode, delving even deeper into the Devious Dungeon.
We will be excommunicated.